Okay, hi everybody. Today we're going to film something nobody wants to film or talk about, which is Varroa mite checks. I'm going to check my Italian hive. I checked the Russians there last week, and I found one mite on them, which, since they have the Varroa sensitive hygiene trait, they're doing their job. But that doesn't really give me a diagnostic for the rest of the apiary. So I know people don't like killing a ton of bees. So what I do is I will kill bees in the hive that is doing the strongest, which right now is the Italians. And I figure if they've got enough mites to treat, so does everybody else. So I want to talk to you about the basics. I have my Formic Pro ready to go in case I need it. I have a 1/2 cup measure. I have a basin. You can get one of these, which I just rinsed out. You can get one of these in any drugstore. I have the Varroa Easy Check, which is a little basket, and I have 70% isopropyl alcohol. You can do it with Dawn dishwashing soap, ether. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do it for. This is what I use. You don't have to get the 91%. Get the 91% for your own personal wound care. But for this, this is all you need. It does kill the bees, but it kills them instantly, which is what you want. I mean, and I know it sucks to kill bees. I did my first year. I'm going to confess a little something here. My first year I didn't test, and guess who lost both of her hives her first year due to Varroa mites? It is better off to lose 300 bees out of a hive of about 30 to 40,000 bees than it is to lose your whole hive. Okay, I really want you to think about it that way. So you're going to fill this up pretty high. I like to get it to the top of the rib on the Easy Check, because that means when I dunk my 1/2 cup of bees in it, they're all going to die instantly. They're all going to get covered instantly. All right, so hope we're ready for this. Hope I'm ready for this. All right, so let me get myself in order here. I'm just going to put the alcohol away into my bag. All right, so I got my smoker lit. Somebody taught me the tip that, that's not the tip. Somebody taught me the tip that you light your smoker really well, and then you put dead, fresh grass clippings on top. Boy, this does not want to stay in. Hold on a second. You know, it wouldn't be a video with me if I wasn't fighting with the smoker, right? It's a new fight today, the fight of getting all this stuff to stay inside. I really jammed a bunch of stuff in there. There we go. So we're going to do the front. Now, whoops, except you're looking at the ground. So the thing is, why do we use the smoker, right? The smoker convinces the bees that there is something happening. They don't like it, so they'll run away from it, right? And also it tells a bunch of them to gorge themselves on honey, which means they're less likely to fly. Okay, so this is the Italians. So this is the one I have my propolis trap on. So let's take a quick look together at my propolis trap. See all that yellow stuff? See how they've completely propolis that one corner? So they're working on it. Italians are very strong propolizers. So that seems to be doing well. I'm in a honey super right now. I'm actually going to pull the propolis trap and put it someplace else. I'm going to prop it. Okay. Because I want to make a propolis tincture this year. All right, so I can show you. I can't show you. Let me show you. They're actually building out some of these frames. Not many. Let's see if they're. We're doing a Varroa mite check. We're not here for this, but I just wanted to take a look. Oh, they're putting some honey away up here. Just wanted to take a look-see-pooksy here. All right, see what they're doing, because I want to show you something. So, I know you can't see anything right now. So, you see the capped honey up top. You see the uncapped honey at the bottom. But look at all this stuff on the top of this frame. When I say these are propolizers, these are some girls that like to propolize. Right? Whoops, hello. And they are building out the frames next to it. Right? And they're starting to put some away in there as well. So they're working on this honey super, just not really well. But we're not interested in that. We're here for a Varroa check. Remember, whenever you do a hive inspection, you should have your, this is what I want to get done. You hear that propolis, right? Task, so that you can, if you don't have time, which they get really sort of salty later in the year, if you don't have time to do a full, go frame by frame, you can just be like, I'm in, I'm out, I did what I needed to do, right? So this is their second honey super. I haven't pulled anything off of these girls yet. Just get a little smoke on them. All right, there you go, girls. Have some smoke. We'll see if that tip is tipping. They're putting some honey away here. They're building out a little bit here on some wonky comb. They don't seem to be building out my frames. Ladies, build out the frames. All right, but again, we're not here to steal honey from these girls yet, unless I see something really honeyrific in the brood nest. To test for Varroa, you do need to get into the brood nest, okay? God, these girls. Just call this the propolis hut. There we go. Propolis hut. All right, so now we're on the top of the brood nest, okay? I got 2 deeps here. Give these girls a little bit of smoke. We're gonna see what we're working with. And then we're gonna do our testing, okay? So as you know by now, what am I gonna do? The treatment of choice, especially right now, is gonna be Formic Pro if I need to treat these girls. Each pack comes with 2 things of Formic Pro, and you can treat one at a time, which is what I like to do, which means you put one in and then 7 to 10 days later you swap it out and you put the other one in. The one-time treatment is both of them at the same time. I lost a queen to doing that once. I know you're like, once, I know, just once. But you know, if it's the only issue, if the only thing that is changing your mind between doing a one-time treatment and a 2-time treatment is how often you get into your apiary, then use the 2-time treatment. You see what I mean when I say these girls will propolis and bejabbers out of everything. Come on, girls. Okay, that actually came up. Woo. It came up so easily I thought I broke the frame again. Oh, we haven't seen that in this apiary, have we? Okay. So you see they're packing some honey away. Now remember, we always pull a frame out so we can have space to work. We're not going to test on a honey frame because these could be, we've got some honey coming in here. We're not going to test on a frame that's full of honey because we're really concerned about the nurse bees, because the mites jump from the nurse bees into the cells where the babies are, and that's where they themselves lay eggs and make babies, right? So yeah, this is just resources. So there's going to be some Varroa mites on these girls, but the ones we're really concerned about, the way we get an accurate number is by getting close to the brood nest, which means I got to find the brood nest, okay? And you're going to see some wonky comb here. All right, let me grab Mr. Frame Grip. Why do I always forget about Mr. Frame Grip, my bestie? All right, hello, Mr. Frame Grip, because I'm just going to, when I just do a lift and lower, we got brood nest. Perfect. Perfect. Let me just put it down so I can lift it up and see what we got on the other side. Okay, remember that's capped brood. That is not fresh. So there's not a high likelihood that the queen is going to be on this. So that's good. Oh my gosh, she's got a good laying pattern, doesn't she? So we're going to test off of this frame. Okay, now there's a couple ways you can get your 300 bees. Some people like to take the, I just want to show you what's going on when I said wonky comb. I promised you wonky comb. Oh yeah, some people scrape the cup down a frame of brood nest. See what I mean by wonky comb? When you get poorly waxed foundation, this is what they'll do. They'll be like, I guess I gotta build on it, but I'm gonna build on it my way, which is gonna look weird. All right, I had pulled a frame out to give more babies to my nuke. So all right, so my mission for today, right? Remember, I'm not doing a full inspection. My mission for today is to do a Varroa mite test, right? That's what I'm filming for you guys. So I'm gonna take my basin. Doesn't have to be white, does have to be a nice light colored one, because we're not 100% sure she's not on the queen, on this frame. We're like 90% sure. So we're gonna take this frame that has brood nest. You can also, if you find a frame of pollen that is next to the brood nest, you can use that one. You see I got way more than 300 girls on here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, and I know you're like, oh, they are not happy. Yeah, that's fine, right? So now I got a bunch of not happy bees. Okay, and I'm just gonna double, triple check, make sure my queen isn't in there. I'm gonna open my Easy check. Probably should have done this part first, right? Oh, I might not have 300 girls here. Might have to do it to another frame. All right, we'll do it to another frame. Okay. Hold on a sec. I know, decision paralysis. Me, decision paralysis, that never happens. I know. Okay. So that's the frame I just got. So I'll find another brood nest frame. Okay. Ugh. And remember, brood nest frames are going to be light. And if we have pollen, if you see the pollen windows, we can also test those. Oh, another brood nest frame. This is going to be gorgeous. Okay, same thing. Yeah, shake. Now I'm going to work a little faster. Put that back. I'm going to grab my cup. This is why you wear a full suit, people. I'm going to grab my cup and I'm going to scoop up my half cup of bees, get a few more, and then drop them in. You can get a few more because that was a little skinty. Okay, and you see how they die instantly? Okay, I'm just going to do that. Yeah, they're going to be not happy with me. Okay, now we're going to close up my Varroa Easy Check. I didn't put enough alcohol in it, damn it. Okay, so close up my Easy Check, and now I'm going to shake it, agitate it for a little bit. Now remember, this is the only thing I might need to do on this frame, on this thing. So in theory, once I do this, I can close up the whole thing because my mission today was to do this test. I am going to hold it out because I want to get the results of my test since I have my Formic Pro and see what I need to. Oh my God. See all of those little dots at the bottom? All those little dots at the bottom are Varroa mites. So I'm not even going to count because that is a motherfucking yikes, as we say. So I'm going to come over here. One thing I did not get, I'm going to make the girls really displeased with me right now, is now because I was just saying how I normally like to do the one-on-one, I'm going to do the two this time because that was a lot of mites. Okay, that's why we don't test our Russian hive only, right? We got to test everybody. All right, so I got to get into the whole brood nest, which means I got to lift this frame off. Okay, I got my scissors. I know, girls, I know. Hive tool. I'm such a flake normally, so like this is just fantastic, right? I'm not going to lift this off if I don't have to. Okay, but you see how those girls had a problem. I had a suspicion because I saw a bunch of bees walking on the ground in front of the hive the other day. And that often happens when they have deformed wing virus. And we get deformed wing virus from Varroa mites. So, okay, so I'm not going to lift this whole frame off. Just going to do this. See how that gives me space. And now I'm going to come over here, and I know you're saying, ooh, these girls mad at you. I know. They're going to be real. You're going to see them hanging outside of the hive because this has a very strong smell that they do not like. All right, so here we go. It's like I'm not even counting. That's a fuck ton of mites. So you see it comes into this package, and you have these two strips, okay? I love how my hands refuse to work well. And I'm just going to cut the strip here. Now, formic acid is perfectly safe to put on. Watch how they're going to run away. Formic acid is perfectly safe to put on while you have honey supers on because there is formic acid in food. Same thing with oxalic acid. Perfectly safe to put on. Now, I'm putting this in here because it's between the two brood nest boxes, okay? Oh my God, that is a smell. All right, so I got that in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reverse what I did. All right, put this on here. Put this back. Square the boxes. All right, and now we're going to put everybody back together as quickly as possible. But you hear that difference? You hear that noise? They are super not hyped with that smell. read the packaging instructions. See how they're all climbing up here to try to get away from it? Please read the packaging instructions about the temperatures at which you can use Formic Pro. I happen to be in the window where it is quite effective. So it's actually pretty surprising they're still this strong considering how many mites I saw. That was a yikesy amount of mites. Look at this, that tip works. My smoker is still lit. All right, so now I'm just gonna put everybody back together. Girls, 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 girls. I know you're mad. I know you're mad. I know the Formic Pro is stinky. I know. Right? I know it's stinky. I know you don't like it. But it's gotta be, girls. It's either this or this mite that you are not accustomed to is gonna kill your whole hive. See, if I just went on behavior, I wouldn't have tested them because they aren't acting mean. Like if a hive gets very stingy and mean, they could be under stress. The only thing I saw was some bees crawling on the ground in front. But you see, they have huge numbers. They're not acting sick, right? So you would never have guessed. That is why we have to test, right? That is why we have to test. So those 300 bees might have died, but they died for a really good purpose. They just saved the rest of the hive. So now I put this in today. Let me pick up my trash. I put this in today. This is a 7 to 10 day treatment when you use 2 of them at the same time. So next weekend, I'll come in and pull that off. Then I'm gonna give it another week and then I'm gonna retest. Because you gotta have data. I am gonna count those mites, but it was just a yikes amount. I didn't wanna screw around. So I'm gonna count and I'm gonna see how much of a knockdown I got. If I don't get a knockdown that I like, I can use oxalic acid, but that would be like every week a closed treatment with oxalic acid. So there you go. That is not only how to treat, that is not only how to test, that is how to treat, and that is why we test and treat. So kind of grim, but now this is something that we can follow through the rest of the summer. All right, bye.